And guess who's back on their bullshit? I'm not gonna lie, I started this without realizing. I hit start. So, rip. But yeah, I'm playing Tiny Bunny again because I got through the part of what was the prologue, and now it's like actually like uncharted territory for me. So I'm like, well, okay, yeah, we're playing this shit again. God, I love the art in this game though. Wait, no, did I not save last? Hold on. Okay, no, I did. I was gonna save. Hold on. I gotta fucking menu, menu. Yes. Might throw my gum away here in a second because I don't want it chewing noises. It's just a black screen. Okay. Okay. Here we are. So left off. Anton, main character that we play as. Uh, there's some creepy shit outside his house. Hello? No, I think my chair just squeaked it. I didn't realize it. Creepy shit outside his house. And, okay, the last squeaking's in the game. Oh, that music. Oh, God. Hi. What the fuck? Close my phone. Actually, I could use my phone for light. Just fucking turn my brightness up to the fucking red zone. And just pop that shit right there. Surprise! No clue how I look right now. But rip. God, that is bright as shit though. Yeah, we'll just go with the lighting in the mood because game plan. But yeah, he's about to go to school after he moved. So, let's see if we get bullied or make a friend or whatever the fuck happens. Okay, I'm throwing my gum out. Trash is over here. Like most of the kids with glasses, probably. I forced myself to get out of my warm bed. Dad would usually drive me to my old school, but this morning the bedroom of my parents was silent. Did they sleep in? Maybe it was a good thing. I didn't want to get the daddy's boy reputation from day one. My parents are probably still tucked in, dreaming about good old days when everything was simple and easy. Sweet dreams, even if far removed from reality. I silently sneaked out to the first floor so I wouldn't wake up anybody, especially the peaceful sleeping Olia. Oh God. I don't like the lighting. I did my best to step on the middle of every floorboard. Huh? Does that make I know walking closer to walls helps, but I don't know. Haha. Also, this looks creepy as shit. I used to play like this even our old apartment. If my soles touched the space between the floorboards, it would count as stepping into lava. The clock was spurring me on with its hands. I need to hurry, faster, faster. I was too fast, so I need to circle the hallway once again. Boiling lava was bursting out of the cracks between the floorboards. I think this might be a dream. I don't think he actually woke up yet. I need to watch my step to survive at any cost. Hippity hop, like a frog jumping on molehills, like a fearful bunny in a grove full of wolves. Is that foreshadowing? I made a sandwich in the kitchen. Whoa, Jesus! Shoving it down my throat and drank it down with cold tea. My appetite was as good as someone being led up to a scaffold toward a guillotine. I lowered my gaze and saw that one of my feet was standing on two floorboards at the same time. Burnt to a crisp, huh? I moved my foot. Disgusting little snakes withered in my belly. The fear of getting hit and being called nasty names. The clock ticked. I need to go. I don't want to go when it's dark outside. I don't like that at all. Oh my god, it's 8 p.m. Nowadays, I've been like going to bed when the sun starts to rise and waking up like an hour or two before it sets. Oh dear god. I gave a slight hint to people I know to like join. I also find that brightness. I need to turn the fuck down. Just checking messages. Okay. It's dark outside, fitting for early winter morning. I don't like this early winter morning. This darkness never fully left the houses around here. Damn. I took my time tying my shoes, buttoning up my puffy down jacket, trying to delay my unpleasant exit into the semi-dark, into the unnerving unknown. I rubbed my glasses for good luck. Oh, that's a thing. Though I couldn't remember a single time these thick pieces of glass brought me any good fortune. Ouch. I don't want to go out there. I don't like this. Mainly given this. No, because it's like, this is bringing up shit from my childhood, because like, I used to think there was stuff out the woods, like where I lived. And like, I could have sworn like I saw shit as a kid. I know I was like a kid, so like, probably not. But like, my god, that scared me. The sky was akin to a giant bruise. On the east side of it, a black cloud was swelling up. Owls. I looked up from the I looked up from the stars from the sky and extinguished the rising sun. Darkness was plastered. I don't like the fact that I heard running over the treetops. The cautious cry of birds got tangled up in the thicket. I locked the front door with a long key that I wore on my neck. My parents made me wear this noose, afraid that I, being a total klutz that I am, would lose the key otherwise. Yeah, me too. Me too. The wind whizzed on the other side of the gate. It invited me into my new life, toward dubious adventures. I tagged alone, like an old buddy, pushing me in the back. Wide shadows that pines throughout covered a third of the clearing. You know, I don't think anything that bad's gonna happen, given, like, this is the start of another episode. Like, not just for us, but, like, for the game. Upon reaching the edge of the forest, I hid my nose in my coat's collar. As I say that, the music. I was squeezing through the thin firebreak, my hair ruffled up, and my back hunched over. Tall trees stood on both sides of the tiny trail. The snowy blanket rustled under my feet, and a canopy of intertwined branches above my head cut me off from the already sparse starlight. The night had no plan of moving away from the forest. In the darkness, trees reminded me of shaggy old women that smelled like burly earth. Their trunks tucked into cracked, wrinkled faces, with holes in the middle as their mouths. If I lost even for a moment, mold-covered witches would drag me into the forest depths. Let my parents be walking around these parts screaming my name. But the dead can't answer the living. Damn. It's that grandma. Or can they? Oh no. A sense of panic growing in my chest. I was fine with my dad carrying me into the school in his hands by now, if it saved me from watching the darkness rise up in the ravines, like black dough. I felt like someone jumped into the bushes behind me, so I turned around. As soon as I started to walk faster, I heard snow squeak behind me. The forest took a deep breath with its giant lungs. Windfall cracked. The wind and the birds were left behind in the field. Now I could only hear the forest creak. I walked, listening closely. Unseen presence grew stronger. Okay, but you know, like when you're walking in snow and you think you hear other footsteps, but it's just yours echoing? I think that might be what's happening. As if someone was following me, trying to match the pace of my footsteps. I turned my head so fast it made my neck crunch. The trail behind me disappeared into darkness. Never look behind you. Never. The tree branches overlapped, forming a natural tunnel. Who's there? A question escaped my lips and dissolved into unending creak sound of wooden idols and pines around me. Why did I think going through the forest alone was a good idea? I'm either going mad, or someone's intentionally lured me away from home. Distant lights grant me a smidgen of hope. A country road. I ran there as fast as I could, as if afraid that the trail would shrink. Clawed hands would grip me by the shoulders, turn me around, and make me look in the face of hungry forest denizens. In the end, nobody stopped me. I almost flew to the oh my god, the crypt wooden bridge, unbelieving my luck. The bridge's support bathed in the spring, tarry and ice cold. I put my hands on my knees and looked up at the forest, then snorted, trying to calm my breath. The thicket was pretending to be asleep. It looked peaceful, lifeless. The remaining part of my commute lied through a snow-laden road, illuminated by sparse lamplights. I chased away bad thoughts and ran as fast as I could, from one circle of light to another, seeking protection from electric lamps. Just like in the game, where you need to be the first to proclaim, "I'm protected." Glossary. Tag. Oh. A kid's game where the player needs to tag other players by touching their hand, making them it. In certain zones, normally called the goal, players can stand safe away from getting tagged. We didn't have that. I wish we did, but also like when you're little kids abuse it. So like, there's no safe zone, or it's like you can only stand there for a certain amount of time. But yeah. God, things were so much simpler back then. It was also like, for us, you could touch them anywhere, it didn't matter where. Ooh. Anyways. And just in case the protection was flimsy at best, the darkness withered outside its bounds. I noticed something remarkably eerie. You know, this is why I don't like the lamps as much. In place where the light from the inclined lamp couldn't reach, a hairy, crooked shadow came alive with a gutter roar. Ayo. It almost felt like its features detailed light, an unnatural pose, instilled fear. I don't like the wet noises. My eye almost popped out of their sockets as I just stood there, blinking, trying to chase away the illusion. Hot. But the shadow didn't disappear. It even got closer. My insides were gripped by horror. I stepped back and almost fell into a snow pile. The black silhouette, on the other hand, straightened up and addressed me in a sweet voice. "Sneaking around, huh? Trying to steal my soul?" Words got stuck in my throat. Who could be talking in such a silly voice here, between the forest and the dormant village? Will you say something, dummy? A cat got your tongue? Alright, I'll bite off your nose then. That'll teach you not to poke in places it doesn't belong. A girl stood before me, judging from the voice and the silhouette. But I couldn't even reprimand myself for getting scared by a girl before noticing a gaping mouth under her hood with something dangerously shiny inside. I was stunned. So am I. I was expecting that to be like an illusion. Hello? From the cavity of her hood, a frighteningly real fox face was staring straight at me. It's just her jaws weren't moving and her eyes weren't blinking. A mask? It's just a girl with a fox mask on. At least I wanted to think that. After a surprise like that, a nervous smile involuntarily crept onto my face. I was just going to school and then you... What about me? Never seen a fox feed a dog? And indeed, there was a small dog circling the girl's legs. One of the strays that were chasing me yesterday, probably. Sorry, I didn't mean to. After hearing my voice, the dog whimpered, lowered its ears, sniffed me out, and started wagging its tail. I guess it smelled the bologna that I ate for breakfast. I was shifting my gaze back and forth between the dog and the girl. She didn't seem scary anymore, just weird. So you didn't mean it, huh? What's your name? I'm Anton. And you? And I'm not. Oh my god, the eyes. She's weird. Definitely has a couple screws loose. Me too, though, kid. Me too. But she has a nice voice. My astonishment was turned into a mix of happiness and relief. This girl didn't know I was... Wait. This girl I didn't know was definitely human, if a bit eccentric. I was also a bit angry at myself. This foxy girl was walking through the darkness without a problem, and I shuddered from even a little sound. I could just walk away, but this girl piqued my interest. That yawn, though. Next time a police officer asks me about my friends at a new place, I'll tell him I befriended a talking fox. Do you live around here? In the village. The fox giggled and purred. She spun around so hard that the hem of her coat lifted up. No, dummy. Foxes don't live in villages. So you live in the forest, then? Have you been living under a rock? It's obvious that foxes can't survive anywhere near humans. As long as they're foxes. Her jokes were also weird. Just like her carnival mask, paper mache with fur glued to it. The dog reminded us the existence with a loud bark. I unfastened my backpack. Dad would sometimes throw food in there without my knowledge. Cookies, apples, or even my favorite crab sticks. He called it a gift from the bunny. Treats from the bunny, an uneaten part of a business lunch or a treat specifically brought for children. Parents would tell their kids that the bunny asked them to deliver said treat, but it could also be any other animal, a squirrel, a bear, or a bear, for example. That's kind of cute. I might try and do something like that for my kids someday. A stray strolled towards me in mincing footsteps, with a pleading look in its eyes. The fox definitely treated it something, but it was probably still hungry. Why are you dressed like that in the early morning? Going to a costume party? The girl shrugged, throwing silver snowflakes off her nose, and her human form along with it, turning to a genuine beast, a real fox, agile, cunning, dangerous. A moment of hesitation, and you'll be ripped to shreds. She'll tear you up and gulp you down without breaking a sweat. I couldn't help but stand there as 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 a stump until I heard her calm, melodic laughter hidden underneath the beastly mask. I wish you could have seen your own mask, sweetie. Sweet. What? Sweet. Did she say sweetie? I got embarrassed, but went red up to the roots of my hair roots. We'd seen a fox in a zoo once when we went there with Dad, but it had patchy fur, was gray and skinny. But this girl was a fiery color and furry, just like the fairy tales. I was still rummaging through my backpack. My fingers, that were searching for a dog treat, stumbled upon a soft, crumbled object. You'll see. The real beasts will wake up soon. You should ask them where they got their human faces. The girl's shadow was dancing into the lamplight. I like the fox. So far. But also foxes are, again, cunning. So I don't know how much I can trust her. I keep smelling the lotion on my hands and it's so nice. The dog yapped in agreement. I freaked out and dropped my findings in the snow, without a proper chance to examine it. The cold wind covered the hole it created in the snow. The dog rushed to it, digging it out, wanting to get its treat, and the fox just snorted. Now I was embarrassed. I wanted to sink into the snow. It was still dark outside. It was dark outside the electric circle. On the contrary, the darkness seemed even more thick. All neighboring houses were sleeping deeply in thinkiness. I did my best to continue the conversation with the weird girl I didn't know. So, are you going to school? Oh my. You are a real dummy. Don't you get it? Well, I was trying to be friendly, but she can't stop mocking me. Calling me a dummy and all. I should have just moved along without paying any attention to this weirdo and her stupid dog. Why are you so mean? Don't answer if you don't want to. It's not like I care. Still, something froze me in my place, tugging me towards a dark figure. Mysterious appearance, her voice that was velvety and just languid enough. I was intrigued and excited. I really need like a chair, a better chair. Lean against my wall. I watched her as people watch fires burn. Oh, stop pouting. Look here. Zolka took a liking to you. The dog was digging through the snow with sharp movements, snoring loudly. The fox turned around and looked at the windows in nearby houses as it its timbered front through the white mist. The tip of her fake nose was shining under the lamplight. And maybe someone else too. I went red again, like a boiling crawfish this time. Is she talking about herself or someone else? I hoped that the semi-dark would be able to hide my embarrassment from the girl. I cleared my throat before speaking. And who's that person? I waited, counting my heartbeat. The fox didn't reply. Her sly stare was scanning the frosty patterns of someone's window. She was reading them like a glass book. I wonder what she can see in their winter paintings. The stray stopped rummaging through the snow. It ran to me, holding my object in her jaws. A mitten. Could it be the one I found in the forest? What is it doing here? When I looked closer, I realized it was just my mitten. Maybe Mom stuffed it in there when I was asleep. A certain missing boy immediately came to mind. Hey, do you know anything about vulva? I imagined the scene, silhouettes dancing in the clearing. The dance on the night when Bobo had disappeared. A boy who, when found, can provide a big ward and maybe save my family. I remember my birthday, when our parents promised to take me and Olia to Disneyland in Paris. But instead, a long anticipated gift they gave me was a simple brick game console, visibly embarrassed. I was crying my eyes out back then, demanding to take me to the promised amusement park. That was the first time my mom and dad had a big fight. My greediness shattered their relationship. If only I could fix everything. Gather everybody I love and take them to Disneyland. On the night Vova had disappeared, I think I saw someone looking like you dancing under my windowsill. It couldn't be true, but it felt like her mask only became more sly. The fox was sniffing me out. Oh, that got you worried? For yourself or for someone else? Olia! As soon as I thought about my sister, my chest tightened. A cold sweat streamed down my spine. Well then, listen closely, a boy named Anton. This is a big and scary forest. The fox girl stepped forward menacingly. And I'm not its only tenant. Other beasts already know about you. Beware. They'll come again tonight. I shouldn't have to talk to this evil in child form. Wait, I shouldn't have talked this evil in child form, I thought, panicking. When you and your parents will be fast asleep, we'll sneak really close and dance. Macarena. Huh? Hey, Macarena. Look at you. Your mouth is a cape, Antonisha. He saw me near his window at night. Yeah, right. Are you, by chance, a dimwit? Nobody would let me go outside that late. Children go missing here, you know? I touched the plastic frame of my glasses, puzzled by her silly joke. She got me scared to death. Hey, why don't you stop fondling your glasses? I was also nearsighted once. Listen to me, and maybe you'll become smarter. Remember what do they call foxes? Cunning? My words seemed to hurt her. Hey, what did you... sorry. Her laughter was akin to the jingle of a pair of silver bells. Just pulling your leg. Of course we're cunning. If you're agile and brave enough to be befriending a cunning fox... Wait, if you're agile and brave enough to befriend a cunning fox, I hope you look for Vova. There's a reason why you're doing it, right? I shrugged in reply. Her insight was alarming. I know why children have been swarming our forests recently. Sometimes you can find a lot of interesting stuff there. One day, I saw a huge pile of candy once, and I swam into it until my jaws cramped. A pile of candy? I couldn't deduce whether she believed in what she was saying from the tone of her voice. I showed her another smile, a fake one this time. Boo, so wary. Well, what will you say then? What do you say to this then? Oh! She held out her hand with a furry mitt. There was an assortment of sweets in her palm. In the city where I used to live, sweets like this were sold in the markets near our kiosks. Kiosks? A small cantener-type shop selling a wide assortment of products like from bubblegum to vodka, clothing, and even other home appliances. These types of shops were popular in the 90s, in 90s Russia, and more often than not tied to criminal organizations. Ouch. No, this reminds me of, when I went to visit my grandparents. My mom and I, we went to a shop. It's insane. I wish we had stuff like this in America. Because my grandparents are from Latvia, and so is my mom. And you just walk down the neighborhood, and there's, like, these little, like, shops in the neighborhood that, like, just like this. And it's like... Why can't we have this in America? I kind of know the reasons because I was talking to it with adult from America about this, and it's just it's stupid reasons, honestly. But oh, excuse me. Like my goodness, I do want to go and live in Latvia for a couple years when I'm older. My boss here, we actually have a type of like the store I work at now, a clothing store or skater shop. They have it as well in Europe, but it's under a different name. And they're like, "Oh, we can get transferred there if we have one in Latvia." And I'm like, "I'm sadly we don't. We have it literally to the north, south, and the west of us. West? Yeah, the west of us, but like nowhere else." And I'm like, "Why can't we have it in the Baltics for crying out loud?" In the city where I used to live, sweets like this were sold at markets or in kiosks. I saw my favorite bubble gum in the vivid wrapper, in a vivid wrapper among tasty treats. Treasure. A familiar name was on it. Turbo. Uh, a, tri- a triangle fox face poked her nose towards me. Take some. My pockets are full of these. Ooh, it's an option. Okay. They said they'd help me find Vova, but also I don't know if I can trust them entirely. We'll take. I accepted the treat and catching a whiff of the girl's smell. Fur, fireworks, and citrus. The smell of holidays. Oh. My fingertips tingled while I carefully unwrapped the gum. Peachy aroma entered my nostrils, and something else. Something unfamiliar but pleasant. A fruity cube ended up in my mouth. I started moving my molars, chewing the gum. It tasted like your usual Turkish gum, only my tongue went a bit numb. I couldn't believe my luck after opening the insert. I would treasure that for the rest of my life. I looked at a Mercedes Benz, an extremely rare and hence desirable collector's item for any boy from my previous neighborhood. My heart skipped a beat. I was barely able to tear my eyes off the insert, still stunned. This is. Now, do you see what can be found in the forest? Still, I wouldn't go there alone if I were you. You get flustered over simple bubblegum after all. Imagine what would happen if you traveled. If you find a travel case worth of these. It'll surely blow your mind. Unusual treats. Just like everything else about her. I, I carefully hid the insert in my bag as if I was putting a rare butterfly in a can. The fox giggled. This is not how things are supposed to go on a Monday morning. Who are... Achievement! Oh, you can't see it, but I got an achievement for that. It's called Sweet. Who are you? I refrained from asking that question. She wouldn't answer anyway. Or she'll just lie. I really wanted to see what was behind her mask. I was becoming more and more sure that underneath it wasn't a simple young girl. What if Vova also found a snow pile with sweets and is now rolling in it? Actually, what if he decided to stay in the forest? He must be so cold without his second mitten then. The wind caught her words like smoke from a fire and carried them deep into the darkness into a creepy thicket. Trees behind me creaked with their bony branches. Or what if something else happened to him along the way? Something terrible. The forest reacted to her words, becoming alive. It sniffed me out, perking up my ears like a curious beast. The fox girl pierced me with her eyes again. Wild beasts? You find that crazy? Well, I don't know. He doesn't know! Oh my! Have I befriended a dunce? I didn't like being being called a dunce, yet being friends with her sounded nice. My grades are good. Really now? Will you come with me? Good grades, Anton. We'll find your Voba, and you'll be able to ask him what you found in the deep forest. I'm just gonna save. As long as you're with me, nothing can hurt you in the forest. You'll see. Worms of worry withered in my belly. Better run, whispered my mind. I don't believe you. Do you take me for a liar? Whatever. You're just like everybody else. The girl sounded hurt, although I didn't know she was genuine about it. She turned around as immediately lost interest in me. Gum felt bitter now. I remember my dad's favorite saying, "Where are your manners, son?" Indeed, this fox was kind to me. Please don't get mad. Foxes can also be nice, like in the fairy tales. I just need to know what kind of fox you are. The girl giggled, hiding her nose to the mask in her hands. Then follow me into the forest and you'll get to know me. But right now, when it gets bright, When it gets bright, your whole body's shaking, you poor thing. Oh, but not right now. When it gets bright, your whole body's shaking, you poor thing. I don't want you to get a stroke. Hey, let me accompany you to school. After hearing this, the dog barked in agreement and stopped messing with the mitten. I leaned in, trying to grab the piece of handwear. It almost ran away from me. Well, if we're going the same direction. 'Cause that's not creepy at all. 'Cause that's totally human under that mask. Totally believe that's a human. Definitely. We went towards the school and the lost dawn. Here and there, the lights came on in the windows. Excuse me. Of houses as we passed. If there's inhabitants, they were sending us warning signs. Silhouettes lured behind curtains, dogs let out occasional barks. Spirals of gray smoke rose from chimneys. TVs bustled and dishes clanged in the kitchens. We watched the village slowly rise from slumber, while carefully treading the snowy wheel trails. I walked in the left one, and she took the right one. The dog followed right behind us. I expected the fox to bring up something weird again, but she stayed silent all the way to school, as if playing with me was some game only she was privy to. She would only giggle from time to time when the dog sneezed from the snowflakes that fell on its nose. I was the first to break the silence. So, what's your name? Here it comes. Names, names, names. You people always need to put labels on everything. Me as a kid did not understand labels. Did not like labels. I was always like, no, I'm never gonna label myself shit. And then I went and labeled myself. You always need to put labels on things. What name would you give a fox like me? I don't know. But I've read about, Eliza the fox. You know what? I don't mind. I'll be Elisa. I couldn't understand if she was joking or not. I turned around, as if looking for an answer from the dog, from the dark sky devoid of dawn. My silent questions were left unanswered. You got like 2 people smoking. Maybe 3. I can't tell if this dude's smoking or not. The school's outline was already in our sight. A giant brick box, stuck in endless night. The lights in the windows didn't bode well for me. Ooh, gosh. The warden The warden trees were guarding the schoolyard. Screams, childish laughter, and someone whistling tore up the silence. I was here with my mom when we just moved, and the place looked cozy at the time, empty corridors that smelled of polished, puffy snow outside. The second time I came alone to get books and just kept on imagining my peers rolling down the rails, grade schoolers running into the library, a teacher marching down the corridor with the air of self-importance around them. Excuse me, Christ. High schoolers were smoking at the entrance, in track pants and wool caps perching on their foreheads. Their appearance destroyed the last hopes of a cozy school. Their stingy eyes and teeth, yellow from nicotine. Their smirks, all of it had the same gloomy effect as a cloudy winter morning. Oh, excuse me. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't realize nicotine made your teeth yellow until my friend pointed it out one time. I was like, oh shit, that's fun. But I've quit smoking, so like we're chill. But like, damn. Absorbed by my thoughts, I completely forgot about my companion. I'll wait for you at the back of the schoolyard after school, near the hanged man. Near what? She just ignored my question. Don't be late. I hesitated. Blowing hot and cold again. Mom always said that when I would have trouble choosing between two options. Thinking about Mom helped me reply. I'm going straight home after school. Well, Antosha, I'm going to let you off the hook. Wait, no. Well, Antosha, I'm going to let you off the hook. But the others will creep up to you with their smiles and sink their teeth into you. Won't be able to shake them off as easy. Remember my words. The fox opened her mouth with a wide yawn. What kind of trick is this? In Doha, huh? Someone running in the distance called out my name. I instinctively turned around. A huge snowball whizzed past my shoulder and hit the dog. It whimpered and ran toward the spring. The darkness devoured it. The fox girl was also nowhere to be seen. She dissolved into the frosty air. Or was she hiding in my shadow? I gulped, swallowing the gum. Unlucky. After taking a deep breath, I went toward the school, toward the cutlets, and dough, toward the light raining down onto the snow. Whole nest? Whose nest is this, I wonder? A thieving magpie? That is possible. That it possibly has all sorts of shiny things in it. Pieces of colorful glass, bottle caps, polished coins, or child braces. Okay, I need to stop that. There's a fresh-looking Volga parked nearby, with one of the front wheels perched on an icy curb. Black like soothe, as if it was straight out of a horror story Dad loved telling me when we hid in the attic during a snowstorm. I remember him always wearing a sad smile while mentioning the black car that snatched children. He would say, "It looks like a funeral car on the inside, white curtains and all. And it has a DSC and a license plate. Do you know what that means? Death to Soviet children." Ouch. Funny. I was born in the USSR too. A tall man was standing near the gate, puffing out clouds of smoke in the wind. He didn't look like a teacher. Was he a PE guy, maybe? I carefully studied his face, and it looked like it was cut from a piece of garnet. In his hair, in his and his hair lip that was holding down a cigarette. He was playing around with car keys and staring back at us. The light from the cigarette was reflecting in his eyes that were sitting deep in his eye sockets, froze in place. The hulking man lazily tore off his eyes from us and walked toward the road. A buzzing crowd of upperclassmen, their winter hats tipped to the side. I'd better not draw their attention. Rip. Hold on, I gotta do this shit real quick. Sorry, I don't like going on my phone when I do this shit. Channel. Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, oh shit, did I not see that soon enough? And I was like, oh wait, I was opening a message. I was like, oh, never mind, that was actually pretty soon. Crowd of upperclassmen. I can't get over the honk of the car. I can't get over the car. Oh, 1 second. I got a call. Rip. All of a sudden, my messages just kind of started going off. Also, hi. I can see the chat, so lovely. Yeah. This was a game I found like a long time ago, or at least like I had the prologue, and then I realized it came out like, recently, even though I liked it. I started playing it like a year ago, and now I'm like, so I'm playing it. This is the second time I'm playing it, so yeah, fun. Whee! Fuck. I can't figure out how to sit properly because this is a really fucking weird chair. Enter. It takes place in Russia. It has a lot of like lore and stuff. Also, the art is just so fucking good. I could hear muffled voices from behind the door. Saw a blinking lamp. Oh, so context, catching up. Dude, we're playing as like this kid who's going to school. They just moved here a while ago. A lot of creepy shit happened. He basically walked to school on his own because his parents weren't awake and didn't feel like waking him up. So there's that. Yeah, now we're going to school, and we just encountered this fucking girl with a fox mask who I don't think was human. This kid was like, this person's probably human. But like with the things that she said and she knew, no way in fuck was this bitch human. Anyways, continuing. I could hear muffled voices from behind the doors, saw blinking lamps. Darkness creeped along the windows, and it felt like the school was drifting in open space, like a lonely, lost spaceship. It was bright. Oh yeah, and then there's a kid missing right now that we kind of want to try and find on our own because, you know, we're stupid like that. Also, I don't know why my shit keeps lagging out. Stop. I need to get a new charger wire for my laptop. Rip. After going up to the second floor, I noticed a crowd around a notice board. Attention, child missing. Vova, 10 years old. I was 10 years old, grade 4. I think he's in our grade as well, so we're like grade 4. So we're like 10ish years old. Um, he left his home on July. Wait, no, that's not July. That's January. January 5th, around 4 o'clock. Translating numbers. And never returned. Last seen at the bridge over at the Swordana River. Didn't we just go over that river, like over that bridge? And then we met that fox lady, not at the bridge, but like after that. Jesus fuck. um, he was wearing an orange coat with a hood. Oh shit! What the fuck? Okay. Black wool cap, scarf, mitten with green stripes. Might have had a plastic toy gun on him. Oh, and we found his knitting in the forest. And then we had like a hallucination that it was covered in blood, but it wasn't, apparently. Okay. Um, Everyone was taking part in a lively discussion. I moved closer and took a look at something everyone was interested in through a wall of backpacks. There's a piece of paper with something printed on it on the left of the notice board. Oh, I just read. We were gonna get an up close look anyway. Rip. Okay. Um, yeah, feature. 142 centimeters tall. Wasn't expecting that. Hello. Um, yeah, so this kid's like 4 or something. Cause I know I'm 165 centimeters tall. Uh, tiny, skinny, brown hair and green eyes. Please call a number if you have any information on Vova's whereabouts. Missing, child missing. Um, okay. Vova, how do I read? Oh, I'm gonna slaughter this. Vova, Mat, Matye, Matyekun, Matyekun, Matyek. I am so sorry. Rip. um, that was his name. A fourth grader. On the grainy print, Vova looked dead, like a black mouth and dark, empty eye sockets. Yeah, well, no shit, Sherlock. It's kind of, it's just kind of how it is. Ah, fuck. I skipped over that on accident. Fourth grader. A plastic toy gun couldn't protect him from the whispering branches and the howling wind. Yeah, no, it's, oh my god. I've I fell in love with this game when I found it because I found it when I was just tinkering around on Steam. It's oh my god, it's so good so far. And that's like I'm charting into uncharted territory because I just got past basically what the demo had in the prologue, so I'm just kind of like, yeah. And also now I'm at the point if some shit happens and it's scary, I will probably shit myself because that happened last time. Unable to meet his stare, I turned around and rushed to the window. Took a seat. Rushed to the window. Took a seat on the windowsill. The corridor was slowly filled up with children, in groups of a few. Nobody paid me any mind. In the darkness of the school toilets, wait. In the darkness of school toilets, child voices were hammering in a nursery rhyme. Oh, I have to listen to it before talking because I don't want to talk over it. For the fox and for the bear, Bunny, tasty meals prepare. I turned my head towards them, trying to get a better look at their faces, but then my attention was stolen by a loud clicking sound. A female teacher marched down the corridor with her chin raised up high. Her heels were hitting the floor with like miniature hooves. A girl trailing her every step. You look like a bitch. I am so I shouldn't judge people off their appearances. I am so sorry. I'm sorry. Look at you. You're a fourth grader. I shouldn't talk like that. I'm sorry. She was she was also looking pompous. You see? Stopping along the way and whispering some secret in her friend's ear. She was probably a class rep since she was carrying an attendance register book. Eh, mm. Eka, Ekaterina, take this, please. Also, you're gonna have to deal with my cringy ass voices that I do that aren't like, oh, why are you looking at me like that? What's your problem? The teacher opened the classroom door and the crowd of children swarmed in, screaming and pushing. Hello? Out of all of them, a tall, redhead fat boy caught my attention. His face was full of blisters. He looked like the inside of a pomegranate. Oh my god. A bad feeling risen up my hair and the back of my head. I've seen boys like him before. Unsettling eyes, cackling laughter. A girl who was a smaller copy of the teacher warned the boy with a wave of her hand and entered the room through the clearing in the crowd. Oh god, can I read properly? Jesus Christ. Ooh, fire thing. Some other guys stood in the way of the crowd and the redhead immediately shoved him. Move your legs, moron. Okay. You do you, dude. Just leave me alone. The boy flew headfirst, flailing his hands, trying to keep his balance. The fatso burst out laughing, and a couple of kids joined his nasty cackling. Their laughter sounded like someone was snipping with huge garden scissors. A classroom sucked all the kids in. The corridor stood empty. Okay, I was gonna say, what about these two dudes? Nope, they're gone now. I want to grow roots and stay on the windowsill. What? Just a handful of lampposts outside were battling the darkness, withering the fluorescent fish in the black ocean. Maybe I can still run away. Go outside, dissolve in the darkness. I imagined myself running through the snow, how it squeaked under my boot. Now I become lighter and lighter with every step. Oh, Jesus. That was loud. Holy jeez, my eardrums. That kind of killed me. Just a little bit. A ringer's trill blew that illusion away. I tore myself from the window with great effort, then took a couple deep breaths, trying to at least calm down my mad pulse, and entering the classroom. Oh god, we're in the classroom with those two people. I shouldn't judge people. I shouldn't judge people. Look how he's sitting though! I only do this in games, I promise. I'm not that mean. I'm not that mean. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, there was a squishmallow on the floor. Say hi. My crappy ass laptop camera. The prime teacher looked at me over the frame of her glasses, clearly annoyed. I'm the transfer student. I was told to come here. The oh my god, the words. The snowy forest trail was oh my god, winding in front of my eyes. The pine rustled. It didn't sound predatory anymore. There we go. These glasses remind me of some movie, but I can't remember what. Rude. She buried herself in the register and flicked through the pages. Your last... which voice should I give you? I don't even care right now. Your last name? Petrov. Huh? What are you mumbling over there? Say it clearly. Petrov! You're not on the list. She measured me with a long and heavy stare, as if trying to see if I was lying. I wanted to sink through the floor. Hazy faces observed all of that form all of that from the left. Oh my god. The classroom breathed and snorted in unison, like a living organism, like a dangerous beast. Okay, but kids are so mean. Point in case. Are you sure? I don't have you on my register. Or is it roster? It's register, right? It's register. My knees chose the worst time to start shaking. I felt dizzy. I clutched my fist so hard my knuckles became white. They told me to come to classroom 204 to ask for Lilia Pavlova, class 6C. Apparently everyone in the classroom took my words as some sort of joke, because they were all laughing. What's wrong with this school? The class fell silent. The kids hid their smirks for a better occasion. Why do we hire so many interns? They all know how to put lipstick all over their bulging lips, but when it comes to real problems, I have to solve everything. How did they send you wait, How did they send you here without any proper paperwork? We've had the same thing happen so many times already. Wait here, I'll be back. After I have a little chit chat with them. Bro, he's just standing there. I'm trying to look at. Are these like? Well, obviously they're people from the past, but like, trying to recognize them. The teacher flew past me, mumbling something to herself in righteous anger, and I was left standing at the center of the classroom. Like a convict in front of a firing squad, I lowered my gaze, feeling the mocking stares from all around the classroom directed at me. Oh, this poor kid too was scared to come to school because he didn't want to get bullied, because in his last school, apparently the bullying was horrendous. And, like, he was scared of coming to this school and getting beat. I feel so bad for this kid. They prickled my skin, danced on it like laser sights. That was a zoom in. Once again, I imagined running far away from this place, fighting the clawing wind, soaring high above the pines in one long jump. With the wind in my back as my only companion. The eyes of the future classmates were asking, this new boy, is he one of us or an outsider? Somebody whispered something and stifled laughter rolled through the classroom. Wipe the board! It was easy to guess who was the main prankster here. Hey, Four Eyes! Are you not only blind, but also deaf? I said, wipe the board. My knees weren't the only shaking part of my body anymore. I was trembling from head to toe and prayed for the teacher to come back sooner. My prayers were answered by the powers that be. Hello, welcome back. And what should I do with you now? Where will you sit? Oh, well, you can sit with Simon? Simon, I guess. He's alone anyway. Oh, no. No way. It's this kid. That just called us Four Eyes. I hate this. The fatso put his backpack on the seat beside him in defiance, scratching his belly and smirked. Are you back to your old tricks? Should I call your grandma here again? The class went silent. And what's she gonna do? I'll be the one doing something if she doesn't. Put away your backpack now. Someone didn't move a muscle. He started studying the portraits of the writers on the wall, looking bored. I needed to do something to resolve this somehow, to save myself. I cleared my throat and continued in a stifled voice that sounded nothing like me. I can sit in the last row. I think there's a free seat. The teacher snorted loudly. She looked at me, then at Simone, then back at me. Fine, go there for now. And you, Bobrin, I'll have a talk with you later. Come see me after class. You'll be on cleaning duty. Got it? Simon forced out a twisted smile. Ew. I hate the description. Juicy pimples were growing on the tips of his nose, ripe for the taking. I don't like that. I can't do, like, pimples and shit. I can't. Or it's just like, you know those like videos that come up on your page and it's just like up close? God, I hate those. I'm like, please stop. Please. No. Or just like when people describe them like that. I don't know. I took my seat at the back, at the last table where I met a pile of old posters. The outcasts took their seats, and the class was ready to start. No, that's like one of the few things that gets me. Okay, I I don't know why. I don't know why. It's not a lot of things get to, actually that might be a lie. The only things that get to me are like pimple popping and paper cuts. Really weird and specific. But they're the only things. And I mean I kind of know why for the paper cuts, but not the other one. Cuz paper cuts are just like if it happens like seeing them and shit like that, I don't mind, but it's just like for me it's like the idea of nails on a chalkboard. I don't know. Now this is settled. Let's start the class. Today's theme is the traditions of Russia and international literature. I slurred that. In Zosheniko's Don't Lie. Ew! Don't look at me. The fatso turned back to me. His stare informed me of the coming days, weeks, and months of bullying. Got my eyes on you, he said his watery look. I don't like that kid, but at least we don't have to sit next to him. Ew. After a couple periods, I already noticed a huge yellow spit stain in my notebook. Ugh. I do have to commend the art, though. That's insanely good. But, like, Jesus. I wish I could read this. Ah! Then, at the cafeteria, this Simone accidentally spilled a glass of compa on me. Compa, a dessert drink brewed from a mix of dry fruit and berries. Ah. I love how they do an index things for things that people might not understand. It's really nice. Oh wait, that reminds me. There was another one that popped up that I didn't. Okay, bubblegum insert games. The type of game where a player put bubblegum inserts onto their palm and try to flip it through the air. The player who happens to flip one or more inserts claims them as their prize. Those inserts were often considered collectibles. Huh. And when he flailed his hands around after exiting the toilet, some sort of liquid in his hands would get on me. Fun. Just before the final period of the day, Simone pushed me into the buzzing crowd of girls from our class. Ow! No! They made way, cursing, but I couldn't hold my balance and ended up ramming my face into the girl I took for the class rep, right into her chest. Ow! Katia. I immediately stepped back, dying from embarrassment. I'm sorry, are you alright? I... Then she suddenly put her hands on her hips. Will you look at him? Groping me in front of everyone else. I'll tell my mom. Yeah, I knew she was a bitch. They look spell, you pervert. Katya, shut the fuck up. You look like you got balls holding your braids together. There was some sort of sadistic pleasure in her eyes, as if she were a child who were... Oh, I had just blanked out. As some sort of sadistic pleasure in her eyes, as if she was a child who was about to pile a lit match to a Chefir beetle? I didn't mean to. He pushed me. We all saw that, you know. No blind among us. She stared at my glasses while showing me a creepy smile. I started fuming on the inside, but someone's laughter cooled my head. Not among us. Yes, little cream? Hold on, I gotta let my cat out of the room. Give me 1 second. Fuck. Yeah. Yeah. A minute ago? Just one mention. 4. Fuck. Rip. I also have a mirror at my door, and I keep thinking I'm gonna look back at it, and there's gonna be like something standing in there. I'm like, what the? I pushed you? You sure? Oh no, fuck! I didn't mean to do that. He swaggered up to me, enveloping me in a smell of sunflower seeds and rotting teeth. What do rotting teeth even smell like? I mean, I get rotten breath, but teeth? And then pushed me to the ground. Like this, huh? What you gonna do now? You look like the bird from Angry Birds. The bully towered over me, as if saying, come on, hit me. Let me see you try. Ooh. Fight back or endure. Fighting back. Instinctually, I want to, but I'm also thinking about, so at home, it might cause an issue with our parents. Parents be like, why the fuck are you getting into fights? But also the fox might commend us. Enduring it could also lead to getting lured into the forest. Well, I saved right before school, so I mean shit. I also feel like we're gonna get beaten to a pulp, though, if we fight back. No, we'll endure it. I breathed loudly, stood up, and massaged my temples. I'm not gonna stoop down to his level. Someone made a mocking face, as if asking me wordlessly, and what are you gonna do about it? I looked at his red fist that seemed so big to me at the moment, and I realized if I said even a single word, I'd get hit. And he'll keep on hitting me until I cry. Or maybe even that won't stop him. Nobody was gonna help me. Sorry. Okay, don't apologize. I would have just said nothing and got up. I tripped. What a pathetic squeak. If I could actually burn up from shame, I would have. I would have been reached to cinders by now. Learn how to walk. Blind rat. I lowered my hands and squeezed past Simone. Simone? Simon? I don't fucking know. Showered me to smell decaying teeth. Bye-bye, sucker. The fatso let out a loud snort behind my back. My muscles became wooden, and I felt him wiping his hand on my back. Humiliated. I just got the achievement, humiliated and insulted. Damn. I kind of hate that. But, like, I don't know. I feel like it would have been even worse. It's like the scenario of picking and choosing. Both scenarios would have ended up bad, but which one would have ended worse? You know? If that makes any sense. I continued walking and listening to demanding smirks from all sides. It was even worse than I expected. Yeah. I was late to leave the school after classes on purpose. Simone didn't attend the last period, so I was hopeful. What if he decided to dodge the cleaning duty and ran home, forgetting all about me? This was a relief. I didn't want to meet him in the empty halls. The smirks of my classmates stood before my eyes like overturned horseshoes. My class had a lot of fun at my expense, but those who missed the show were asking others to describe my bullying in full detail. I should have just transferred into a school for freaks. I'd be less conspicuous amongst the hunchbacks and the lame-legged and disfigured. While the other students were leaving the school, laughing loudly, I pretended to skim through the books near a window. I was staring outside, nervous. Simone was nowhere to be found in front of the yard or near the school gate. I didn't really believe I was this lucky, so I decided to be extra cautious and stay some more time. To stay for some more time in the corridor. I was gradually getting less crowded. All the bustle moved to the first floor. There was a skeleton peeking out of the biology classroom. Some jokester put a cap with an American condor on its head. The sound of running water was coming from the bathroom. I was the only person left in the whole school. I'm not alone, a sudden thought came to mind. Why is there growling? The fuck? Remembering the missing boy, his portrait was on the notice board near the schedule. I remember his smile. Well, why did it disfigure like that? Why did the cat look like that now? Him looking at me. And the fact that he was most likely already dead. Hello? I shuddered and turned around. Oh my gosh, there was a love interest. Ooh, he played the violin? I don't know which. I first my eyes stumbled on a black violin case. Okay. And I noticed the girl from my class was holding it. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I saw her in class. I was like, huh, I wonder if she's actually gonna be nice to us. Mainly because, I mean, obviously the girl and that was like mean to us, and the dude were like, you can tell that the art was more directed towards them. Although they also put a little more effort into a girl that was sitting in front of the mean girl. And I'm like, huh, I wonder if she's gonna be relevant later. And lo and behold, she is. She sat in the first row of the second column. I could swear I caught her looking at me a couple of times. She's really pretty. I was sneaking glances at her myself. Oh, it's a cute little, like, fourth grade romance or whatever the fuck. I don't know how old this kid is, actually. I think he's like, no, I think he was like 13. No, definitely not 13. Yeah, probably 10. Oh my god, you look like Wendy from South Park. Sometimes oh my god, sometimes it just feels nice to look at something pretty. The spring, the sky, or a girl that's not in the crowd that laughs at Simone's jokes. And she wasn't whispering the dirty laundry of other people to Katya. She spent all her breaks just like me, staying in the classroom or looking in the window or drawing something in her green notebook. Hello! I turned red and pretended I wasn't studying the pattern of the wooden floor. I saw Bob Byrne push you. Are you alright? The bump in my head hurt, but it wasn't all that much uncomfortable. I'm fine. It's nothing. It's definitely not nothing. That idiot can't control himself at all lately. You should have punched him back.
Mm-hmm.
I mumbled in reply. I kinda wish that I hit him now. Damn. Someone wasn't like that before. He also transferred here just recently. His grandma told me that it almost felt like he went mad. I started shoving the books in my backpack to at least put something in my hands. Uh-huh. Sure. The girl looked at me with clear, attentive eyes. Do you live over the river? In the wooden house. Yeah. Must be scary living there. And you also cross the forest. I wouldn't be able to do that. I shivered at the moment of the mention of the forest. I thought of the intertwining branches of a snake-like trail at the end of the darkness and the spread like mold among the crooked trees. So I straight up lied. It's not that scary. What's so scary about it for you? She smiled after a brief pause, as if brushing off a daydream. Well, actually, never mind. My name is Paulina, by the way. And I'm Anton. I feel like this might be the sister of that boy. Maybe. Maybe. I might be wrong. I might be wrong there. Or at least like a friend. I already know that. Oh, Jesus Christ. My ears. I turned the volume down, then I turned it back up a little bit ago. Damn. I have to go to music class. She made a couple of steps and stopped. Amazing. Paulina didn't look like those beauties from the magazine posters or the actresses from the movies. But in the flickering light of the ceiling lamps, she looked much more alluring. Can you play anything? My parents brought me a guitar a couple years ago. I immediately remembered my meager attempts to making music. A minor, E minor, change. We're all waiting for a change. Toya's song, wait, Toy's, wait, Tsio's song echoed my thoughts and the desire to change something. Huh? Victor Tsoi, a singer and a frontman of a popular Soviet rock band, Kino, that played a mix of new wave and post-punk. Oh! Their hit song, Petamin, Changes, is one of the most popular rock tracks of the new Russian era. Died in a car accident. Damn. I might like that if I go back and listen to it, actually. Because I'm into that kind of shit. Bing bong. Also, this is kind of the era that... It also gives away, like, the era that this story takes place, too. The guitar got lost somewhere, as if refusing to move from the old house near the forest. Moving to the old house near the forest. I think my parents gave it away to someone who needed it more. I don't, sadly. A pity. Oh well, I'll be going. Bye! Her shout was captured by a loud echo. Her shoes also echoed through the school hallways. Bye. I wasn't sure if Paulina had heard me. I looked out the window again. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, Simone would say while shoving me off the staircase, in a way that could break my neck. Or, oops, didn't mean that, after spilling compote on me in the cafeteria. And this kept happening every day. I couldn't relax for a moment because of the string of coincidences. And to my horror, I realized it was only going to get worse, and I couldn't do anything about it. I always walked looking down at school, counting down minutes until class ended. Guy, dude. Only rare moments when I caught... Yeah, because they're sitting in front of the mean girl. Only rare moments when I caught Polina's look on me, choked from embarrassment, and was ready to fight. But as if to mock me, nothing happened. And then my rage subsided and everything returned to normal. I always went home alone. First, I slipped through the village, then over the bridge across the river. Yeah, the bridge where the kid was last seen missing before they went missing. And then, finally, through the forest. The road slithered between the trees for around 10 minutes. There were no passers-by. Only cars slowly crawled past me, as if afraid to sink in snow. I tried walking as fast as possible because branches white from snow and black trunks created an illusion of someone wandering in the forest. Sure, it's just an illusion, bud? Somebody tall, sneaky, who could turn to a tree or snow pile and then, when nobody's looking at them, continue their journey along the road. Oh god. Yo, Entoshoka. My heart nearly stopped. Ew. Also, how did his teeth get so rotten? That's my question. Like, what's going on at home? Like, you okay, bud? Like, I fucking hate you, but like, you good? Your home life falling apart? You got daddy issues too? From the darkness behind the pines, just like the cavemen from the caves, appeared smirking Simone with a branch of his cronies. Oh god. What the fuck? And who do we have here? Check out this four-eyed freak. The fact that all they have to go off is appearances. That's all they have. They surrounded me like with a carnivorous pride, making me step back. The smell of sweat and tobacco attacked my nostrils. The inside of my mouth felt salty, as if I'd licked a battery. Oh my god, remember you like tongue on your battery as a kid? You know? Maybe that's why I might have brain damage. Look at this sucker, guys. He tripped so hard at school that he broke the floor. Why do you look like a fish? Okay, as I say, all you have to go is off his appearances, and then me judging their appearances. The North... Bro, this brand. Who will repair it now? Will you pay for it, wimp? Don't you worry. We'll teach you how to walk right. Oh no, he's wearing a ring. Maybe I should have just punched him in the first place. Simone brought a sizable segment ring with a geometric shape carved in it up to my face. In a moment, hey yo! The bitch was too stunned to speak. Damn. Damn! Am I allowed to say that on the internet? Am I about to be blocked off of every sort of internet here? I mean, technically, it's my slur, but like, damn. I don't give a fuck. In a moment. I mean, this was something that kids had to deal with back then, too. Or just people in general. Said it with his whole chest. I know. I know this is like a serious thing that was like an issue and just casually said back then. It's like, damn. Damn. Damn! I need to get over that and just say it. But I'm also a fucking wuss. Damn. In a moment, oh, I don't want to say it in this context though. Damn. Damn. That shit sucks. In a moment, uh, I'll hit your faggot face so hard, it'll leave a mark for the rest of your life. Nah, I got it. I was just caught so fucking off guard by that. Like, shit. Nah, I got it. Because also, I was about to yell it, and my mom probably would have heard it, and I was like, oh. Can I? Even though I'm gay, I feel like I would have gotten in trouble for saying that. Like, in a moment, I'll hit your faggot face so hard, it'll leave a mark for the rest of your life. Stop! A wheezy whisper left my lips, and my head tilted forward. Sorry! I just remembered the videos of like, when there's a song playing and the N-word comes on, you got the white friend singing it, and then their person of color friend just says it for them. They're like, "Thank you." It was like, "No problem, no problem, G." I'm like, stop, stop. A wheezy breath left my lips, and my head tilted forward, hitting Simon's face. Wait, my head tilted forward, hitting Simon's fist. Red sparks flew from my eyes. They're gonna gang up on me and beat me. Damn. Dude, they're giving off so many, like, South Park vibes. Bayasha, give me a hand. Someone gave me a rough push towards the bastard. And I was thinking of that one song where the guy was bass boosted. Fair. Wait, do I know that? I don't think I know that. Actually, someone gave me a rough push towards the bastard that with slanting eyes, and he tripped me. I felt a sharp crust of ice and the fats of step on my hand, preventing me from getting up. A painful groan escaped my throat. Did you hear him whimper? Is he actually a faggot or something? I started to lose my breath from anger and resentment. The pain was growing. My ear was hot and pulsating from pain. And pulsating pain was shooting through it. And pulsating pain was shooting through it. Like the cutoff of a ball of nettle was sewn in its place. Why so silent, Antinoshka? Come on, tell us. Are you a faggot? They're so brave with it, too. Damn! How these 10-year-olds... These are fucking 10-year-olds. You have to remember that. That's part of the reason I'm so stunned. At this moment, I felt pure, unbridled rage. The amalgamation of my anger. Like the spouts of ink rose up from the depths of my mind, filling all the blanks. Morons! Did you know that my dad is also a fag? Someone burst out laughing. Because this is the last straw. Fear and anger were grappling inside me like a mad dog. He knows Aikido. Got it? And he's a vet. He'll kill you like you guys... Wait. He'll kill the likes of you with his eyes closed. One word for me and he'll... The boy in the tracksuit raised his hand, stopped the torrent of lies, and made a couple steps forward. Simone slowly backed off, giving me an opportunity to stand up. It was a surprise to see... Seems like Burabin wasn't the leader of their gang. In reality, they were all listening to the boy who was looking like a small carnivore and very strong, sharp teeth. Pines were swaying back and forth like solemn guardians. Of course it was you. Looked like that one dude from Danganronpa. Did he believe me? Or was he confused by my face, twisted with rage? A vet, you say? My dad also fought in the war. That's why you don't lie. An Afghan. And yours? Is this why this kid's a prick? Because his dad's a vet? Mine too. Oh, really? And what force did he serve in? I stumbled. Fear chomped at my rage. Throat made it bleed. He's full of shit, Romika. Sure as fuck, eh? Did you think he's so easy to trick? I can see through your lies, little bitch. There's a nasty smile on his face now. This didn't bode well for me. Well, you asked for this. You're fucked. That's right. Pray that you find your dead body come spring, eh? If only you stayed silent. Wouldn't have lost a hair. But fucking around with stuff like Afghan, where my dad spent time under fire, on international duty, and fucking Desta and Margot. I probably said that so wrong. Fuck, did not mean to do that. A desert region in the southern provinces of Helmand and Nimruz in Afghanistan. Its name can be translated in English to Plain of Death. During the conflict in Afghanistan, Soviet army destroyed countless drug caravans headed to Iran there. Ah, shit. Again, that's why you don't lie about that shit. Give him a good pounding, Soyama. Delinquents closed in on me again, and I ended up in front of Simone. Blood was pumping in my temples. Branches were swaying back and forth, as if whispering something, giving me hope. I gritted my teeth, fighting the thought that I looked silly, and took a boxing stance I often saw in the movies. What are you, fucking Mike Tyson? This was my first fight ever. I remember it for the rest of my life. If I don't kick some bucket, of course. The edge of my vision, I noticed the darkness writhing again, if someone was walking back and forth there. I sensed Roma's claws grab my backpack. Give me your shit, Antoshka. It'll get in the way. I was about to refuse unwillingly to cooperate with the bastard, but then he fished a butterfly knife out of his pocket and with one smooth motion spun it off as if showing off and put the blade to my neck. Oh shit. Hey, easy buddy. I can make it painful. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not the time. Not the time. Not the moment. I let out a cloud of steam instead of words. I have one of those knives. Yeah. Ramka pulled with all his might, and my backpack ended up in his hands, calm and relaxed. But bro can't even do a cool opening. Rulo. An insidious smile on his face. He looked into my backpack. Are you hiding something for us? Some rat stole my school shoes. Let me see if it was... Oh, and what's this? Ramaka gave a deep... No, not the gum. Where's the gum thing? Where's the gum thing? So what do we have here? My textbook and my notes fell in the snow. He was holding my backpack in one hand and something weird in the other. It looks like... Oh? A mask. What? Just like the fox. Roma lifted it high, as if showing it to someone else. To someone in the treetops, in the twilight among the trees. An old bunny mask. Long, worn out ears. Barely visible nose and whiskers. Mangy fur on the sides. Where did it come from? Who put it there? Simone laughed. It's way past New Year's, moron. Are you really a loony? It's not mine. How come it's not? It was in your backpack. Oh, what was the fuck, kid? Ronco was watching the scene unfold with an evil smile on his face. You know what? Put it on. Why? Because I'm telling you to. You'll hop like a bunny for us. Yeah, come on. Or we'll leave you pantless, eh? Anything but this. What if someone from our class will pass by? For example, Paulina. No. Simone, put it on him. Bro laughs like SpongeBob. Oh, bro, my hand smells good. The fuck? I got this lotion that smells like fucking chocolate strawberries and it's so fucking good. But it has fucking glitter in it, so I get covered in sparkles. I almost said, like a fag. Gonna. Oh my god. There's so many things wrong with that thought and sentence in itself. Bayasha rushed to his friend's side and took the worn mask from him like a buffoonish bow. When he passed it to Simone, who was already rubbing his hands in anticipation, I looked around the pine woods as if waiting for help, as if shadows that were withered around us would take pity on me and take my side. Branches looked like arms, twisted in unusual angles. Blackened bark was their charred skin, and the darkness was their smoke they produced. I can't run. I won't get away. They'll catch me. And then... Here. It'll fit better this way. Yeah, I had a feeling he was gonna spit in it. God damn it, bro. He had a huge ball of spit on the inside of the plastic bunny and put it close to mine. His spit looked like a squash spider. Rumka's face twisted like a spasm. He spasmed like a beast. Like he wanted to tell Simone something, but then he suddenly stopped. Simone was still close by, with a disgusting smirk on his face and terrible smell coming from his mouth. Put it on. Fast. Or you're dead. I can't take myself seriously reading this too. The mask almost looked even more disgusting now, yet, despite everything, I felt like it was a chance for salvation. It could become my second skin. If only I was to put it on. If only my face was to touch its bumpy surface and make... I'm sure the fur will glitter. The ears will tremble like they're alive. I just need to put it on, and Simone and his friends will be gone. Forever. It's my only option? Bruh. I should have hit him earlier. I should have fucking hit him. Well. Rip. I feel like there's something missing. Like, I feel like something's gonna... I don't know if something's gonna happen when I put it on or not, though. Part of me is like, oh, something might, but I'm also like, eh. Also, the butterfly knife thing is actually pretty cool, though. I remember watching compilations of those when I was younger. I reached out my hand. It wasn't shaking anymore. Someone handed me the mask and let out an evil laugh. He doesn't look so amused anymore. The fur felt warm to the touch, just like I expected. I got goosebumps, an electric flow through my spine. Oh my god, it's like The Mask, the movie. And you put it on, you became someone else. This is it. My salvation. A voice whispered to me from my subconscious, just put it on and no one will hurt you. The forest froze, gazing at me with crackles in the bark. You could also wipe it off since you're the one holding it. He does realize that, right? I acted slowly. I took off my glasses. Oh, and I'm blurry now. Wait, this is what my vision looks like. Got rid of the nasty spit and the paper mache. There's a movement inside the bunny mask, as if something trying to break out. And I needed to help it. I lifted the mask and started to move it towards my flaming cheeks. Just like in the movies with Jim Carrey. Hey! The mask had power. Yo, I called it! I called that shit. I called that shit. The mask had strength. The carton touched my skin, enveloped my skull, my nose, and took the shape of my face. It smelled like an animal lair and pine. My lips touched some sort of hard, wavy material. My armor. Strangely enough, though. Wait, in this horror game's called Tiny Bunny. Is he the bunny? No. Strangely enough, though the slits of the old carnival mask were able to... Yo. Rip, my boss just texted me. For real! It might be. It might just be. Strangely enough, through the slits of the old carnival mask, I was able to see as good as through my glasses. Hey, yo. The trio of boys frozen in the clearing. Snowflakes frozen in the air. Trees whose shadow formed black streams towards me. A weird silhouette in the early twilight behind the windfall. All silent, Simone nervously whispered. What the fuck? Hey, guys? What's up with him? Bro, now you look like a bunny without you scrunching your nose and shit. Oh, they look fucking horrified. It might genuinely be just Jim Carrey's The Mask. Like, goddamn. I broadened my shoulders. My muscles felt like they were made of steel. Invisible pumps of fog flew toward me, breaking off the trees. I was absorbing the forest power with every pore of my body. Yo! I smiled underneath the mask. No, I showed my teeth. What was that noise? My fists were itching. My stomach was growling. He's turning. You asked for this. You made a step forward. Or I made a step forward. Simone carefully stepped toward me, as if he was walking on ice. A trail from my dream snaked in front of me again. Endless, alluring. It was beckoning me away from all the problems, to a new wonderful world, the world of Magic Neverland. I pulled on the zipper, opening my coat and threw it in the snow with a fast motion. Then growled. What the fuck? Sorry, I can't get over it. I forget they're kids. I felt like something was frantically looking for an exit underneath my skin. I went towards Simone. He's turning! Ah, he's like a werewolf. Fuck! Turning into a fucking retard. Hey, yo. The clearing blew in hysteric laughter. Russia was clutching his stomach. Okay, so maybe it's not the mask. Bro, I was about to be so excited if it was. Rum smirked, shaking his head. Spen, who was laughing with the most of the three, spat on his knuckles with a fist and club. You're such a moron, Tosha. The fur didn't dampen the blow at all. There was no power, no magic smoke coming from the pines. I flew towards the bushes and landed on my butt. Damn. My vision bolstered by adrenaline the moment before it returned to normal. Now that was something. Thought I'd get it on fours and tear us to bits. Like a carrot. Yo, did you see that? Did ya? Does this count as him hopping? This was even better. I sobbed. Poor kid, though. The mask had one advantage. If I cried now, no one would see my tears. What a loony. You belong in the loony house. For animals, eh? Someone put his knee into the snow pile and ripped the glasses out of my nimble fingers. Give me my glasses back! I won't make it home! Bullshit! Haven't you heard that bunnies have a good sense of smell? So don't worry, just use it. Hippity hop, hippity hop. That's fucking mean. Someone shoved the trophy into his pocket and flashed me with a toothy grin. Besides, bunnies don't wear glasses. Now scram, retard. I stood up, still wobbly. The trees become a blurry dark wall. 3 bright silhouettes were wobbling around me. There were black spots on them. Their eye sockets, their mouths. But it looked to me there were more of them than it should be. I turned to the forest. Someone's boot came to my rescue, kicking me in the butt and quaking my shameful retweet. I can't talk. Hippity hop, hippity hop. I threw the mask into a ravine out of spite. I got an achievement called Masquerade. Was there something I could have done? Maybe if I had hit him earlier, I could have made another choice to fight back here as well. Fuck. Because, I mean, it's again, when you make choices, it's not just a linear story. There's multiple different endings that you can get. And zigzag through the fire break, alone in a giant snow-laden world. The trunks around me bent in all directions. Hi. Okay. Their treetops disappeared into darkness above me. The sky was pushing me down. I wanted to cry, but my eyes were completely dry by now. Only sadden and longing were left. A desire to bury myself under the snow and leave for Neverland, joining Vova and Senya. Who's Senya? Wait, who's Senya? What? I didn't care where to go, just somewhere far away from here. Somewhere very far. And that's the house, but this time it's blurry because, well, it's fucking doesn't have glasses. Hey, what's this? Where are your glasses? Anton, did you lose them? See, how can you be so careless? Do you think I own a money printing press? Yeah, right. You'll be wearing your old glasses until next year. Oya rushed to me. I saw a fox! Oh! We saw a fox too, but like, before school started. Surprise akin to a shotgun blast. I can only flap my lips in reply. A cup shattered into many pieces with a loud bang. Mom let it fall from her hands. Her face was pale, and her eyes were glued to the ground. This pause, a split second, felt like an eternity. Mom spoke with disappointment. First it was an owl, and now a fox! Will you ever get tired of this? But it's true! It's really weird seeing them blurry. But I mean, he did kind of get his glasses taken. She was so fluffy! She stood on her back legs near the hedge, just like a person. The fox called my name. But then Mom came and she fled. There was no fox. Stop making things up. Don't go near her. If it was necessary, I was ready to shake my sister if she was a doll made of cloth. What's wrong, Tosha? Don't go. You hear me? Mom entered the hallway and gave me a surprised look. I hesitated. Well, a fox will bite you. I remember the fairy tale where foxes used to kidnap children. I imagined Elisa, that's the name of the fox person that we met, liberated, carnivorous, running through the night forest and dangling sack in her hands. It wasn't a real fox. Tell him, Olia. She stood on 2 legs and wore a dress. She was real. See? Mom showed us a tiring smile, as if it was the only explanation needed. I only forced myself to smile. My smile was like a thin piece of soap, right before it dissolves completely in your palm. But when I left alone, my sister, I whispered. If you see her again, run. Oh god, my eyes. My eyeballs. I shut my eyes and threw the vitamins in my mouth, washed down with water. Please, stop driving me mad. Please. I was doing my homework on a Friday evening like usual. I'd already finished the hard part. There was only my art homework left. My favorite subject. I want to look around. Oh my god, it's his family. I need to draw some sort of magic beast. It's a triceratops. Oh, what the fuck? I wanted to draw a dino at first, but my brush reached towards the orange paint all by itself. Oh, yo, what the fuck? One stroke after another, the picture of Fox started slowly forming on the piece of paper. She was almost popping out of the snow-white sheet. She stood on her back legs and wore a sly smile. Yo. My brush moved again, drawing a fluffy tail. A moment later, I dropped out of my weak hand. After finishing the drawing, I spent a while studying it in surprise, as if I couldn't understand where the red beast came from. The longer I looked, the scarier that her smile felt. Carnivorous, fake, like the smile of a woman from adult magazines that were sold in the press kiosk near the city. An alluring smile that masked deep-seated malice. The fox's eyes turned out red as if bloodshot. They looked more like bullet holes you see in action movies. I don't remember drawing them this way. Oh damn, I've been streaming for 2 hours! The fuck? Anyways, I moved away from the table, and the lamplight reflected from the wet paint. The drawing was glossy. It felt like the fox was watching me, waiting. Anton! Are you deaf? Jesus, I was just thinking. I'll ask you again. Have you seen your sister? She's hiding somewhere again. Something moved under my bed, and I froze. Olia's dirty face peeked out with a finger pressed to her lips. Shh. Olia, I can see you. Get out of there. You're covered in dust. Olia crawled from under the bed and started dusting off her stockings, looking down. Let's go. I'll read you a fairy tale. Keep you company until nightfall. I won't sleep with you. Not in my room. Or not in that room. It's... Mom entered the room. What, the owl again? What do you think? Olia, it won't come anymore. I chased it away. Olia shook her head in defiance. You didn't! It will come. It said that it'll come every night. Oh, it talks now. Olia ignored the question, and then moved to newfound determination. Can I sleep with you? Please? This will be the last time. Didn't you say yesterday was the last time? Olga, you're a big girl now. Why don't let her sleep in my room? I thought it was a great idea, but Olia shook her head again. No, I don't want your room. It watches you too. I felt goosebumps all over my body. Enough! There's no owl. You're sleeping in your own room tonight, got it? Mom, please. Please. Mom took Olia's hand and tried to lead her out of my room. Let's go, sweetie. Don't bother your brother. Olia clutched the bed's head with her free hand. Please, please, please. I don't want to go to it. Mom was tugging Olia towards herself, but she didn't budge, and only the bedhead squeaked in agony. Dad intervened by picking Olia up and carrying her out of the room, despite her desperate protests and pleas. No! Don't take me to it! It's gonna watch me again! I listened to them struggling. I make my little sister go to bed for a while. In the end, my parents gave up and let Olia sleep with them. But surely, but it was surely the last time, ever, when everyone sat down. I was lying in my room, thinking about Olya's words. It watches you, too. I felt uncomfortable. I barely managed to calm down, only after closing the curtains in my room shut. But as soon as I closed my eyes, the memory of the day jumped around in front of me. I was in the middle of a stuffy school corridor. I could see the literature classroom from here, the faces of dead classic writers on their portraits, the prime and regal pose of our homeroom teacher, Lilia Provlova. No. And around that corner was her daughter, Katya, a snitch and a gossip, eagerly waiting for me. Hey, transfer student! Transfer student! What do you want, Katya? She got on her tiptoes and started swaying, while hiding her hands behind her back, and asked me, with a fake smile on her face, Can I ask you something? Why'd you transfer here? Might have told the truth about this to Polina. I said that so wrong. But Katya will sell it on the market for 3 Oh, it's a currency, isn't it? It would be the same as printing all my thoughts and hanging them near Volva's picture for everyone else to see. So I veered to an answer I knew by my heart. It's all because of my parents. Dad has a new job here, and my mom. But Katya didn't even listen to me, just rushed toward the perked ears of her friends, whispering something, while stealing glances at me and giggling. Yeah, right. He takes us for fools. I've heard it's all because of his father. He crossed the road as some big shot, and now their family is hiding in our remote little village. That's not true. You're lying. And did you hear? Did you hear now that Bourbon and beat him up? And all he could do was look all pathetic and take it. Stop it. You know he wasn't alone. But if that wasn't enough, there are rumors that this weirdo carries a bunny mask with him wherever he goes. Who in their right mind would do something like that? Huh, girls? I see. Our Antoshka must be a truly special. Maybe he's an autist. What if he's a serial killer? I'm sure you'll be able to find an axe in his backpack if you're looking hard enough, or something even worse. Yes. Shut up! Look at him scream, as if something bit him. His pupils, look how wide they are. I hope he won't go insane and resort to violence again. I mean, there must be a reason his mom always feeds him those pills, right? I just stood there in confusion, trying in vain to understand how she found out about my medicine. But what scared me even more was the possibility of her nonsense had some truth mixed in. Hey, yo? The fuck? Yes, that's right. He's as insane as his little sister. Can you imagine that she says a human-sized owl visits her every night? Yes. But not a single healthy person has ever seen it. And this simpleton believes her. Can you imagine that? And then I caught a single look from the smirking crowd. How can it be, Anton? Are you really... Are you unwell? Polina, please listen to me. Yeah, right. Don't listen to this liar. Words. Polina... I can't read. This loser can't even stand up for himself. And he won't be able to defend you if it comes down to it. He'll run away and protect his own skin. Weakling. Polina slouched as if someone kicked her in the stomach, and then bursted out in tears and fell to the dirty floor, wailing and screaming. No! Why, Anton, why? This is a dream. This has to be a dream. I couldn't understand her reaction, but I rushed up Paulina's side before getting shoved violently by Katya. Get your paws off her, you monster! Rage is building up under the veil of my fear. Ooh, that animation though. I slowly rose from the cloudy mist. I felt my upper lip I felt my lip. Oh, hold on. I felt my upper lip lift creep up, showing my teeth. The fact that your father beats your mother and doesn't give you the right to do the same to girls. Oh shit. My fists became hammers. I couldn't unclench them. Nobody can speak about my family like that. I came to my senses when I already lunged at the angry Katya. You went nuts! Nuts! Help! Help! Wait, help! Help! Pretov went completely insane! At that same moment, the crowd around her became louder. It started whistling and roaring and growling. Yo? The subtle silhouettes of the classmates became larger, wider. They shot upward through the ceilings and turned into giant black forests, choke full of toothy faces. I shrank to a tiny ball of fur and started shaking in fear before the might of the ulcer-ridden trunks that belonged to either trees or humans. It was impossible to tell. So you've finally shown your animal nature, coward. Katya's face was twisted in a jubilation of ecstasy. What? Anton! Why, Anton? No! Why did you do this to me? The lady screamed while choking on her tear. Oh, hi. He is just an animal. An outsider. Whoa. Scary flapping wings came from the forest. A pair of giant white ears descended somewhere above. I dug myself into them. Anton! Anton! Please! Wake up! I jumped, almost falling out of bed. Apparently, I was thrashing around for hours on sweat-soaked sheets. Aaliyah's scream pulled me out, set me free from the tentacles of fear. Anton! Please! Wake up! Wake up! It took my eyes a while to focus on the silhouette near the window. Aaliyah's voice was distant. My head was still ringing after the fight. Sounds that distorted as if my ears were stuffed with cotton. My sister, as distressed as ever, kept repeating the same phrase. The owl! The owl! Please! I'm scared! Her tears poured on my heart like boiling water, but almost thankful for the owl's appearance. Otherwise, the scared Olia wouldn't have woken me up. Wait a second, Olia. Do you want me to read Muzilka for you? Huh? I feel like this is definitely supposed to be more psychological based than it is like anything else. A Soviet and Russian monthly illustrated magazine for kids. It has been published since 1924. The magazine uses an unidentified yellow creature wearing a scarf and a red beret as its mascot. Writers like Semil Marshak and Engina Barto contributed to the magazine earlier in their careers. There's a lot of definitions here already. Give me... I placed my bare heels on the floor. Oh no, I don't think that's your sister. I felt around for my glasses, remembering Simone and his underhanded attack inside. Anton? Please, please, look! She couldn't tear her eyes off from the window, as if it was a staring contest. I found a light switch in my hand, a lamp, and poured light all over me. I got up. My vision fooled me, moving the window closer, only pushing it further the next moment. My sister was just a blurry spot. I don't like this at all. I took a hesitant step forward. Olia? What's there? What's happened? Do you want me to open the curtains? No, please don't. Owl's there. The voice is coming from behind. Oh shit, Olia, fucking hell. I turned around and froze from terror. Teary-eyed Olia stood in the doorway. Who? Who are you talking to right now? She stared at me with eyes that were red from crying, her hands wrapped around her shoulders. Her voice was nervous, as if she was afraid to hear my answer. I was talking to you. I was talking to you, to someone who pretended to be you. I don't like this. I don't like this anymore. I'm not having fun. I'm not having fun. The ledge to the outside of my window creaked ominously, as if something huge were sitting on top of it. Oh, God. The thing that pretended to be Olia started spreading, changing shape, growing the scarier heights under the light of the carnivorous moon. Anton, please, come closer. Come here. The voice didn't belong to my sister anymore. The thing that was hiding behind my curtains got tired of pretending, making me look like a fool. I pinched myself as hard as I could. I'm holding my stuffy. I pinched myself as hard as I could, hoping that the silhouette near the window was just a continuation of my nightmare, hallucination, brought up by a more cursed house. And those don't bite, do they? The silhouette was towering before me under the veil of the mist. I heard Olia's shrill scream when someone had knocked on the window. It came to get us! Another knock. I stepped back into the middle of the room. It was as if the existing nooks could hide from this terror. Knock, knock. The sound was sharp, metallic. The lamp started shimmering. Then, suddenly, the light in the whole room went out, like a candle in the strong wind. A filament inside it snapped with a ringing sound. I don't like that. A darkness I was waiting for the exact moment poured from all angles and enveloped me. There was only this window left in the whole universe. Moonlight poured through it, painting everything in the color of bones, and exhumed from a crypt. Olia started squealing and pressing herself into my back, seeking protection. Oh, hi. And then an eye, burning with carnivorous fire, stared at us from the window. Knock, 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 knock. Oh, I don't even have to say it. It already has audio. No, it wasn't trying to break the window. It was toying with us. It kept knocking, driving us mad. Jesus Christ, my cat. As if a giant clock was measuring the time left for us, a pendulum swinging above the abyss. Go away! Get out! Shoo! She was screaming in desperation, her hands clutching my arms like a pair of pincers. Anton! Anton! Come closer. I could barely make out a pair of wings that spread above the black spot. Tell her, Anton! Tell her that I won't be a bad girl anymore. Ever. I just wanted to leave. Please. The moonlight suddenly disappeared and the room descended into darkness. We couldn't see the burning eye anymore. I swallowed the stinky lump that was stuck in my throat. I stepped toward the curtain enhanced by the call of the disfigured guest. And Olia was standing behind me mumbling, I'll be good, I'll be good, I'll be good. The blank window was creeping closer. Curtains rustled. I reached out to move them aside so I could look the fear in my eyes. At that moment, I heard a noise from our parents' bedroom. Without thinking, I pulled the curtain to the side in one swing. Nothing. Though there was something shiny on the ledge among the scattered feathers. My glasses. No. No. The ones Simone took from me. How did they get here? It was a gift from the gurgling night? Did the owl really bring them here? I looked at the front yard, a foreboding clearing at the toothy forest. Not a soul, not a trace of our late night guest. Only the old lamppost dreaming like a lone watchman among the snowy desert. The dry window frame creaked. I tore away from the insulting tape and the stripes glued newspaper. I tore away the insulting tape and the stripes of glued newspaper. Huh. Window insulation. Oh. Before plastic windows became widely accessible in Russia, cracks in frames of wooden windows were filled with cotton or pieces of cloth and sealed off the shelf. Adhesive tape or strips of newspaper soaked in soapy water to conserve heat in winter. I opened the window with big trouble. The frost pinned me with little needles. The painting on my wall is moved from the draft. I touched my glasses, sure they would melt in my hands, but they were real. My brain scrambled for an explanation. Simone and his gang just pulled a prank on me. That was it. That is. A smooth, white blanket was glittering under a street lamp outside our yard. If anybody was to get close to the house to climb a pipe to the edge of my windowsill, they would surely leave footsteps. But there were none. I cautiously took my glasses. My wrist was still intact, and no one pulled me into the darkness, full of restless writhing. Why aren't you in bed? I swayed. Oh, I swayed from surprise and almost felt the window. Are you out of your mind? Did it feel hot in here? Do you want to catch a cold? The owl's there. Tosha chased it away. Go to your room immediately and get in your bed. And you. Mom paused, directly seething at my eyes. She was thinking of a punishment equivalent to my crime. In the end, she waved her hand, took Olya by the shoulder, and left, throwing gloomy words my way. We'll talk tomorrow. I managed to get the frame back in place with a couple of hits, pressing the latch with all my strength and my fingers could muster. The room felt cold, but the fear was still present. I placed my glasses on my nose and started studying the reflection in the window. It didn't look like my face, more like a death mask. Just like one worn by the boy from the notice board. That night, I was on edge of joining him there. A black and white face staring at me through the clearing between student heads. Oh wait, so we're in 6th grade. Okay, so we are 13. I'm not completely absurd. Attention, child missing. Simone Bobberin, 13 years old, grade 6B. He left school in the morning of January 16th and never returned. So this is about 11 days later from when the last boy went missing. Features. 155 to 160 centimeters tall, chubby, ginger hair and gray eyes, was wearing a dark brown sheepish skin coat and a beige scarf and a black mink hat and Alaskan boots. It wasn't Vova anymore. It wasn't Vova. His face was right behind it. I recognized the fat cheeks, the damaged skin. Please call the numbers if you have any information of his whereabouts. Simone. Bob Burns' photo was printed out and placed under the glass, like an exhibition piece. Wait. So, is like the forest almost protecting him in a sense? I mean, Vova going missing, that's a whole nother story. But we also befriended the fox in the forest. So, hmm. Huh. Definitely not concerning. Episode 3. On N, the wolf's grey fur will stand. I think I am gonna leave this here for now. Oh yeah, I'm getting tired, so I'm going. Yeah, I was just about to. It was the end of that episode, so I'm gonna save real quick. Yeah, I'm glad you were here for it. I mean, I'm normally alone when I do these. I more so do it for myself, just because I mean, like I just like recording the shit and I don't know, just saving it for later. But yeah, I guess I'll end this here, and have a good night.